Hey guys, it's Jamaica. So this week our topic was like coming out stories. So I don't really have one because I never really like came out, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't kind of. It wasn't like this marvelous thing. I wasn't like, "Hey guys, I'm gay. Like I'm trans." It just gradually happened, I guess. I don't know. So in general, I've always known that I wasn't straight or cis, but I never bothered to try to figure out what I was. So in seventh grade, I began to identify as pansexual because my friend kind of just came out to me as pansexual one day, and I was like, "What does that mean?" So she explained it to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, me too." Like that basically describes my sexual identity. And so I kind of just came out to everyone as pansexual, and at this point, I just say that I'm gay because it's a lot easier. And then if anyone asks, I kind of try to explain it to them. Um, Sorry. Um, yeah. And then, so for the gender identity, though, I was never really feminine as a kid. I was always considered a tomboy, and I liked the term because it made me feel more masculine. It made me feel more comfortable. And then, freshman year, I talked to my cousin, who is transgender, because he was the only one I felt comfortable talking to about it because he already like was out as trans. I was like, all right, he's not gonna reject me and say that like I'm bullshitting this or it's just a phase type of thing. So I kind of talked to him about it, and he kind of threw out the term genderqueer. So that's what I identified to myself as for a while. And then a few months later, he brought up the term gender fluid, which, because I would often go through a very masculine phase or a very feminine phase, I was like, alright, that fits, like, I'll go with that one. I like how it sounds better, anyways. And so for a while, that's what I identified as well. And then very recently, like within the past year, year and a half, I learned the term gender neutral, which is now what I identify as because that's typically how I feel on most days. I don't feel like a girl, I don't feel like a boy, I feel human, I exist. That's what it is. So that was my coming out to myself in a sense. I basically finally admitted it to myself and accepted the fact that I was gay and trans like last summer because it just. So I came out to my mom. I don't know when, because she never really had a negative response. Like at first, when I came out as gay, she was like, "Woo, okay," because I had a lot of female friends. So she was like, "Stuff's gonna happen." Nothing ever did, but she just, typical parents fearing that their kid's gonna have sex when they're like 14, which didn't happen for me. But so yeah, so basically though, in general, she was okay with everything. She didn't care. She's a huge support for me at this point. Like, I will be unaffected or like unfazed by certain really rude comments made towards me about being gay or trans, and I won't be affected by it, but she'll get like really pissed off on my behalf and will like go off on the person for it. So that's good in a sense, without starting fights. I came out to my grandma last summer, and she kind of uses the neutral term as a way to just kind of ignore it and pretend that that's not how I am. Even though I am still like a tomboy, she's able to just word it as that instead of being like, yeah, my grandchild kind of switches between genders, doesn't typically identify as female. She just kind of ignores it and just says whatever. So it can get annoying at times, but I'm very passive about things because I find it easier to just be passive about everything than to just butt heads with everyone all the time. I don't know if my grandpa knows. I think he does. I don't know. I didn't personally tell him, but I wouldn't be surprised if my grandmother did. I know that recently I've been really wanting to just cut my hair like really short on the sides and have it longer on the top.
Probably get.
And my grandmother flat out was like, no, you can't do that. I'm not ready for it. Basically her way of saying I can't do it, but trying to sound polite about it. And my grandpa talked to my mom about it, and he got really pissed off. He was very defensive of me because I'm 17, I should be able to make my own decisions, especially when it comes to something as simple as cutting my hair, and even if I wanted to dye my hair, he might not approve, but he wouldn't stop me and say I couldn't do it. My friends know. Most of my friends know. Sometimes I make gay jokes, and I'm like, God, everyone knows I'm gay, and then some of them are like, what? Like, because apparently they didn't know, but now they do. So basically, I'm out in the sense where, like, I make jokes about it all the time to just kind of, in case someone doesn't know, to just kind of ease into it. And then, if they have any questions, ask. Like, if anyone has any kind of question for me, I'm gonna give you an honest answer. I don't care. Like, you can ridicule me all you want. It's your choice, but if you don't want to hear the answer, don't ask the question. So, yeah, I'm basically out. I just don't flamboyantly go around screaming to the world that I'm gay. I mean, sometimes I do. That's a different story, though. But nonchalantly, I'll just be like, oh, I'm too gay for this. Like, I'm not straight enough for this. I can't even put my hat on the straight way. I try to put this on, and so it's crooked, so I have to fix it first. We actually just made a joke about that, because Damien's here.
Hey.
We just made a joke about that, like, 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, that's really all I have, I guess. I don't have any, like, majorly interesting story. I don't plan to go on testosterone, because I typically feel more feminine than I do masculine, in a sense. I like presenting more masculinely, but I don't feel more masculine most of the time, if that makes sense to you guys. So yeah, so that's really all I have. I'm sorry I can't be more interesting. My life is just too simple for that shit, so I guess for now I'll just say bye. I hope you guys have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!